Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below, and if there's anything, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com, information below. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? Knight of Pentacles. That's a good start. Oh, and then your card second. Oh. Let's see what else we got going on here. All that happens at once. Okay. What was once can be again. What once was, no, I can't see it. I don't know if I can say it right. What once was can be again. What once was can be again. What once was can be again. So there's something with the Lover's card in the past. I feel like this was a moment, a period in time, something you experienced. Could have been love, doesn't have to be. Depends on your situation what this kind of connects with. Because currently I feel like I am out in the cold on this situation. So it could be a business situation. Maybe there's something in the past where you did very well in a certain way. I see somebody also who is very talented, who used to express that more, maybe did some type of fairs and sold some of their stuff. I see somebody very talented doing things. So maybe that's something you used to do and could come around again. Could be anything. I saw a dog too in one of those things that flipped by. So, but right now I feel like I'm out in the cold in this, which is all right. Even though that's where the energy is right now, they're saying it doesn't have to stay there. What once was could be again. What once was could be again. It's really a choice, but the door is coming your way. Somebody else isn't making the grade or something. There's an opportunity coming your way based on somebody else's apathy. I don't know if that's the right way to put that. I don't know if apathy is right. Queen of Cups, which is a matching energy. Sometimes I think of the Queen of Cups as a Cancer energy. Sometimes. A lot of times I think of the Knight of Cups as a Cancer energy too, though. Somebody who needs to kind of have their life shaken up a little bit. Somebody who's a little bit held down by the monotony and is not seeing the possibilities in front of them, even though there are possibilities in front of them. Now, if this is a romantic thing, this could be somebody who's coming into your orbit that maybe hasn't had the best luck with love. Or if this is a business thing or something like that, it could be an opportunity or some type of supplies or something coming your way that's opening up because somebody else stepped out of the way because they just didn't feel like they could do it anymore. So a door might be opening because somebody's walking away. Whatever it is for them, I don't know. For them, it is whatever it is. You, it's positive. Them is their business. Them is their business. Everybody goes through their periods of things, so I don't know what to say about this. This is a Cancer reading. It's not a whoever that is reading. When I keep saying it's a choice, like, whatever it is needs to have some room in your life to flourish. And I get that whatever's going on now, if you prepare the space, definitely it's something you can do. But if you're not making that choice and clearing out the space for it, it's not going to happen. So no matter what it is, a person, a vocation, a talent, whatever it is, if you're not making space to help that happen, there's not going to be anywhere for it to expand or to exist in your life. So I feel like that's why because your card is I keep calling this the Cancer card. It's the Chariot card. Sometimes I even refer to it as the Cancer card, I've been told. And it clearly says the Chariot card. I don't know, I just think it's the first thing that pops in my mind when I see this card is the Cancer. So it could easily be something for you, but it's like, it's got to exist in a way that flourishes for you. Boundaries are important here. Boundaries that you have decided are right or wrong. This isn't for somebody else to say, Cancer, you should do this, or Cancer, you shouldn't do that. That's not what this is. This is for you, the Cancer, that person, to say, all right, I want to do it this much. I can do it at this time. I just got to make sure I carve out this time and I keep it dedicated to this. However that is for you, whatever you decide is correct. The boundaries are for you to set. But the boundaries also, as they're giving this, is like, when you set those boundaries, be loyal to your boundaries at the same time. Cancers are a very giving, I think of Cancers as very giving, especially when they get very close to family and friends. Very giving people, in my opinion. Especially the older they get, the more giving they get, in my opinion. To the people they care about. It's not just to anybody, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but I feel like Cancer gives to those they feel deserve to be given to, if that makes sense. All of this comes in at once. I don't know why, but that seems to overwhelm me. So let's take a look here. They're trying to give you a heads up to carve out the energy, carve out the space for this to come in, because this all happens at once. Courage and peace, which is very interesting. Because I feel like it takes courage to move forward, but it's something you naturally fit into, whatever it is. No matter what way this is going, you naturally fit into it, but it's the courage to let yourself fit into it. So if that makes sense. It's not hard to fit in. It's having the courage to let yourself do it. And then the transformation and knowing, like, you're a water sign. You tend to be intuitive. There will be some psychic ability coming in with this, and transformation with that. Can we get, like, a little bit more about that? This might be bringing you more to your core, more to who you are. And when that energy lines up better, you might end up getting more of your abilities lining up as well. Not that you're out of alignment now, I'm not trying to say that. But, like, you may be doing pretty well, but this might actually, like, get a little bit more laser focus in to certain parts of your life and help you, like, align up even tighter to what you want. I don't know if that makes sense. It's almost like I keep looking at, like, this old 3D picture, and, like, when I was a kid, the 3D pictures, it was a blue picture and it was a red picture, and they were just a little bit off, and then when you put on the special glasses, it would make it look like it was 3D. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with this. Like, they're saying it could bring something more into focus where it looks okay the way you're doing it now, but by going into this, it could bring things that you didn't realize were a little bit out of focus into more sharper focus and bring more of what you want, and actually could line up more psychic abilities in the same breath. Just keep that in mind. It could. That, see, what once was could be again. Ace of Cups shows up. It was the lovers in the past, but when I feel like they're mirroring this. They're kind of saying it could come around again. You can do this if you want to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But there's also this misnomer when it shows up. There's a misnomer. Okay. The misnomer is feeling like I have to do it the way I did it before. Or there's some type of rule feeling. You're the one setting the rules. I feel like we need to remember that. You're the one setting the rules, not somebody else, you. And if those rules are not being honored, you could just walk away from it. You don't have to put up with somebody else's rules if they don't work for you. Now, if you're the type that's working with somebody else, if it's a relationship thing, for example, and you're going diplomatically back and forth, what is acceptable and what's not and why, there may be some leeway. It's up to you. So it might be one of those things where, I don't know why I'm going down this road, but here we go. Say the person you're seeing has kids, and you're like, hey, I'm cool with kids, but I don't want to always be around your kids. Like, sometimes when you're in the beginning stages of this, sometimes you need to have alone time with your kids. I'm completely cool with that. I would like to see them sometimes to get to know them, but when we're starting this out, let's keep it small, let's keep it minimal. Let's make sure we work out before we get too involved in bringing your kids into this situation. And then we'll do it slowly and surely, and until we're actually officially, going to stay together, I'm not going to be the babysitter for your kids. Later on, like 3-6 months down the road, we can revise that. Maybe I'll consider something different, but for now, that's the rule. I don't know how that sounds. I don't know why we even went there, but that's one example. Like if those are your rules, kind of like you have kids, that's great, but in the beginning stages, you can have, when you're having visitation with your kids, cool, you have your time with them. I'll step back. I'll just, go to the side. Over the next 6 months, every now and then, I'd like to meet them just to see how we get along, and we'll go from there. And also, again, like I don't want to become your babysitter. Because I've heard of people doing that. They start dating somebody, and the person that they date has kids, and then they end up being their babysitter. And I'm like, how'd that happen? Like sometimes that blows me away. I'm like, okay, dating the babysitter, literally dating somebody and then becoming the babysitter. I thought that was wild, but however, things happen. But the point is the rules. You setting the rules. You don't have to put up with what they think should happen. Put out there what you're willing to go along with, and what you do and don't want. Whatever the situation is, if you get love, business, whatever, the Seven of Cups is here with the friendship, which makes me feel like if you're open to things and you're willing to kind of consider things over time, that will work to your advantage. Set your rules in the beginning. I would recommend setting a 6 to 8 month window. We can revisit this, or maybe setting setting a date. Let's do this in 8 months. We'll go on this trip in 8 months. And when we do, we'll go on this weekend. We'll talk about how things have been going. These are the rules from now until then. And then in 8 months from now, we'll go on this weekend trip. And then we'll talk about it again. Or we'll have this meeting in 8 months, whatever. And we'll talk about how things have been going, if we want that to change, or if we think this is going to go somewhere, whatever it is. That seems like setting my rules from now till then. And then we'll reevaluate then. I feel like that's good. I feel like that could really end up opening some really good doors for you. Whatever this is, it's about how do you want it to go, what should be here, what should not be here. The Two of Cups is here. It is here. There are some opportunities still coming. Whatever this is, whatever once was could be again. It keeps showing up. There's definitely some give and take here. Can you give me more? Is this something they're going to like or not? Because this is a very peculiar ending. The Lover's card showed up on the dice, and then the Seven of Cups, a little bit in, a little bit out. So, like, some fantasy, some reality, bringing fantasy into reality, leaving some things left to be, still yet to be determined. The Death card with the Three of Swords is very interesting, because I feel like there's going to be a point, like if we do the 6 to 8 month thing, and we're going to go on a vacation, or weekend trip, or have a meeting, whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be like, all right, is this going to work, or is this not going to work? So if it's business, pleasure, whatever it may be, it's kind of like, at that point, it's to decide, do we want to move forward and create something new, or do we want to shut it down and move away from it? This is a point where I feel like they're saying it's either, that's where it's like time to make the really long-term decisions. Do I see this going farther in my life, or do I not? Which is yet to be determined when you get there. That's for you to decide. This reading is not interested in deciding that for you, or even trying to. Because it's the path, it's going along this path, discovering what you need to discover, helping you decide what you need to do, where you want to be. The Death card is telling me it could go into a whole new phase of life. The Three of Swords is telling me it doesn't have to, and not everything is going to be to your liking, but it's not going to be bad. The Lover's card in the dice is backing it up, saying, it's just kind of like a change, and it's like accepting what I don't like. So it's like accepting what I don't like and moving forward with that, or accepting what I don't like and deciding it's not for me. So it depends on what the part is there. There's part of this you won't like. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't think that's right. There will be part of this you just don't like, and it's going to be up to you to decide whether that's a showstopper or not. It's making peace with whatever it is you don't like, in the sense of like, this is a part of the situation. There's no changing that. This is part of it. Can I move forward with that and be okay? And it's just going to be what it is? Or is that shutting it down and I'm going to move on? Whatever it may be, business or otherwise. I think we're done. Okay. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.